All right. Hello, hello. How are you? Let's see. Hopefully everyone is doing well today. It is 7 o'clock. Hey, 2.0 mommy, how are you doing? So what I'm gonna do is, hi Elaine, how's it going? I'm gonna talk about what we're gonna learn today, and what I'm gonna do is do the comments at the end because I want to go ahead and just jump in. I've been like really excited to talk about this. Um, Hello, Lakeisha. Hi, everybody. So, you guys know I don't typically wait for people to get on, so I'm going to get started. So, today we're going to be talking about, and I've got my notes here as usual, creating sustainable habits, small steps for big success. So, today we're going to by the time we're finished, you're going to understand what sustainable habits are and why they're important. You're going to learn practical strategies to create habits that stick, and you should be able to walk away with an actionable plan to implement a small habit this week. So that is my goal for you guys today. Really quick, is the sound okay? Hey, Mel. Hi, perfectly, Pamela. Let's see, I think I got all the hellos. All right, so let's see. I actually have something for you guys to do first. So what I would like you to do is put in the comments one habit that you've been sticking with and that you're proud of. So no matter what it is, just put that in the comment section. So here we go, guys. What are sustainable habits? So a sustainable habit is a small habit or a small action that's easy to maintain and that aligns with your goals. So it's not something that should feel overwhelming, and over time it builds momentum. So we're not talking about like something extreme, something super small, small steps. And for sustainable habits, there are three pillars. And here we go. We're going to start small, stack habits, and be flexible. And that's a very important one. They're all important, but being flexible is super important. And then we're going to building a habit that sticks, right? So the key to that is to start small. So what's the smallest version of your habit? And an example of that, bear with me guys. I don't know why I still get nervous. I mean, I've done this enough times where I shouldn't be doing this, but let me go back. Okay, guys? For the three pillars. So when you start small, small wins create big results. Stack habits, link the new to the known, and then be flexible. So that means progress over perfection. Now we'll get into the individual steps. So when we start small, you want to find what's the smallest version of your habit. So, for example, 5 push-ups, 1 glass of water, or a 5-minute walk, right? Those are ways to start out small. So if you're someone who doesn't walk, saying something like, you know what, I'm going to go for a 5-minute walk, that's actually really good. And then you build from that. You don't expect to just jump into an hour or whatever. Now, if you're capable of that, obviously that's okay. But this is just kind of an example. Um, Next, we have stack it. So what's an existing habit that you can already link this new habit to? So an example of that is after brushing your teeth, make coffee or finish lunch, right? Those are existing habits. So maybe stacking it would be after I brush my teeth, I'm going to do some stretches. Um, Something I'm doing this week, after I eat my first meal of the day, then I wait 15 minutes, take my creatine, and then 30 minutes to 90 minutes after that, work out. My goal is 30 minutes, but today I got tied up on the phone with my daughters, so I didn't get to do my work. And I don't mean tied up. I was talking with my daughters on the phone, and so it was still in that window, that 30 to 90-minute window, but that's how I'm starting. That's how I'm starting to add this routine of taking creatine and um, making sure that I eat before I do my workouts. I found from last week that I feel like my strength training is better when I don't do it on an empty stomach. And that's just what works for me. So that's an existing habit that I can link it to. Okay, and then we want to be able to track it. So how will you track it? And that is, journals, whether you're using an app, simple check marks. I keep everything like I have a journal that I put my workouts in. I track all of my meals on the Lose It app. So for me, that's the way of tracking it. I also take pictures. So let's say I stopped tracking everything and Lose It. Something that I'm going to hold on to is taking a picture of everything, and it gives you this visual representation. So if you're someone who doesn't like tracking calories, for example, taking pictures is a good start because then you're aware of everything that you're putting in your body. So you just want a way to track these things. Um, so what I'll do is when I first started this journey, I did not start off by doing too much. Everything that I've done so far has been sustainable, and that is definitely not something I can say about me in the past. I started off knowing that I was going to strength train. I started that 2 weeks in and I kept it consistent. And it's easy for me because I do workouts that are not super long. So they're going in between the 20 and 30-minute range. And again, in this series, we have one workout that's 32 minutes, and that's still doable, sustainable, right? We're not trying to take over the world in one moment. You know what I mean? We've got to move away from this, first of all, trying to do too much and this all or nothing mentality. It is okay to take your time, take baby steps, Like that example I told you guys last week about a toddler, right? Babies don't come out just knowing instinctively how to walk. You go through a crawling phase. And I still consider myself, even in this journey, to be in the crawling phase. I don't for a second think that, I've got it all together, but I do feel like I have it together enough to be able to share what's been working for me. I've been doing this since February, you know? And so that's basically it as far as the lesson part. And I'm going to jump to the comments. Let's see. And here we go. Oh, wow. I'm going to catch up, guys. Let's see. We're going to pop up with that one. All right. So I'm going to go through the comments now. So 2.0 mommies, happy to be here. We got Elaine. You're glowing. You look great. Yeah, I put some moisturizer on. And we have Lakeisha. Everybody saying hi. Elaine said I'm glowing. Well, thank you guys. The La Roche Posay. And I said hi to Perfectly Pamela. And then we've got Mel. Hey, girl, hey. All right, we got more hellos. I know I'm going through them really quickly. Uh, hey, Taisha, good evening, everyone. All right, sound is good. That's good. I probably should have waited for that comment before I started, huh? All right, we got more hellos. Sound is good. All right. Hopefully I'm not going through this too fast for you guys. All right, we got more. Patrice, Hi, Patrice. We got Nia. How you doing? Drinking more water and less soda. That's great. And so, not to say that you're not doing things the right way, but if I was a soda drinker and I was going to incorporate water, I would, if I, let's say I don't know how much soda people typically drink. Like I know when I drink sweet tea, it's probably safe to say I was drinking nearly a gallon a day, right? Replace one. If you start off by maybe replacing one of your drinks with a water, and then, however fast you want to build on that, it just makes it a little bit easier than trying to do it all at once, and you don't go through those crazy withdrawals because you're used to having something and you just take it away. So I think that drinking more water and less soda is a great plan. 2.0 mommy, no scrolling on my phone until after I do my workout. That's a really good one. That's a really good one, especially since you find that it motivates you. So if it motivates you and, it's something that helps you get it done, I think that's great. Elaine, Patrice is my cousin. She took oh my gosh, her first shot of Zepbound today. Congratulations and welcome, Patrice. That's awesome. Look, and you're starting now and you didn't wait till the new year. So I think that's super commendable because it's very easy to just put it off. So I'm looking forward to seeing how you progress in your journey. That's awesome. And then we got some more Hayes. And then Mel says strength training 4 times per week. See, that's definitely reasonable. That's great. Um, an older version of me would have been like trying to do it every day. And anyone that strength trains knows that you need to take a break, especially when you're, pushing yourself. Your body does need time to recover. So remember that, guys. You need to give your body time to recover. Not like 2 or 3 weeks or anything like that, but listen to your body. Let's see. Lakeisha, eating small portions. Yeah. So are you eating, how many times a day are you eating? Um, and I'm definitely eating smaller portions than I used to. It's kind of weird eating now without waiting until I'm uncomfortably full. So before I don't feel like what is it? The cues that your body gives you to let you know that you're full, those didn't seem to work because I would eat until, I was uncomfortable every time. It got to where it was just a regular occurrence. So eating small portions is definitely a good goal. Nia, working out 5 times a week consistently. Go ahead, girl. Yep. All about that consistency, you know. And what's your preferred method? Are you doing cardio, strength training, a mixture, something totally different? See, 2.0 mommy. That's so exciting, Elaine. Welcome to the GLP-1 family, Patrice. Heck yeah. It's a great community, and there's so many great content creators out there. Just, remember to, no matter who you're watching, they're sharing their journey. And don't compare, like, however your process goes for you, that's your process. And it's okay. It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong or that someone's doing anything better. Um, Over here in this neck of the woods, I'm big on strength training, eating a whole food plant-based diet, and drinking a lot of water. But everybody else has their own way of doing things, and their way isn't the wrong way. Their way is the way that they're doing and what's working for them. So you've got to find out, Patrice, like what works for you and take it from there. Um, and make sure you're eating enough. Make sure you're drinking a good amount of water and stay on top of your fiber because that's also important to make sure the water, the fiber, making sure everything is moving the way it's supposed to, and protein. Protein is important. So, those are some tips. Let's see. Elaine, tracking my calories to make sure I eat enough. Okay, Elaine. How's that going? Like how are you for today so far? Nia said, "Hiya, Jill." Nadia, you're doing great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know why I get so nervous. Perfectly, Pamela. Heck yeah, congrats on starting your journey. And then Nadia's saying hello to everyone, and everyone's saying hi back. Let's see, Kim J, hi ladies. Hey Kim. Lakeisha says 5-minute walking, then go for longer. Perfect. Perfect. Just start small. You don't want to overdo it. And then our bodies, as we get used to something, then we can push. For example, strength training. This week, for like a lot of the movements like the raises and things like that, I went down this week to 6 pounds instead of 9, and I feel like it's just challenging at the end, but I noticed previously my form was a little off trying to do the heavier weights. And for some other things, I've gone up from 17.6 pounds to 20, which doesn't seem like a lot when you're just looking at the numbers, but it actually makes a difference. So small little sustainable steps, and we make progress little by little. So that's good. After I wake up, start drinking water. That is something I do when I wake up. So I go to bed. If I don't, I've been using this one a lot lately, but I also have the one that's blinged out that a friend of mine made for me, and it's 32 ounces. And I drink 4 of these a day, but I also have one. I don't really count it overnight. I have it sitting on my nightstand. And when I wake up through the night, which I just do, I sip some water and then I finish it typically when I wake up in the morning. So that's a really good way to get things moving and start going. I don't add ice. I'm not anti-ice. I just drink it pretty much it's probably just a little cooler than room temperature because this keeps it whatever temperature I put in. So that works for me. And I think drinking water when you first get up is awesome. Let's see. We have some more haze. Hey Norma, how you doing? Let's see. Elaine, Patrice, what will your sustainable goal be for week 1? Okay, Elaine, I see you. That's a good question. Lakeisha, track my carbs on an app. Okay. Do you have a goal for carbs that you're shooting for, or are you just trying to be aware of how much you're consuming? And then Lakeisha says hi. Hey, Dee Dee, how you doing? You got Downsizing Diva in the house? Hey, Taisha, happy to be here. I'm putting up the Christmas tree. Oh, so we're definitely going to want to see that. I believe your live is tomorrow, right? We definitely we want to see that. And then she's saying hello to everyone. And then we have more Hayes. Carrie Ann. How you doing, Carrie Ann? Lindy Lou, how you doing? Then we have some more hellos. All right. Thank you. You're welcome. Mel, Patrice, awesome, and congratulations. You are blessed to have Elaine supporting you. She's such a sweetheart. Yeah, if there's anybody that's good to have in your corner, I would say definitely Elaine. Let's see. Lakeisha Jones, 3 times. 3 times. Uh-oh. I've already got lost. Let me scroll up here. Tracking carbs on an app. Maybe that was between you guys. Okay. So we got Chrissy here saying hi there. Ah, got you. Okay, eating small portions 3 times a day. Okay. Okay. I had been doing 4, but I'm trying to build up to eating more calories, right? And I'm doing 1800. And since I lost more fat for the last DEXA scan, but I also lost a little bit of muscle. Nothing crazy like before, but my goal is to not lose any. So that's why I added the creatine. And so I'm trying to slowly increase my calories that I'm getting in every day. I do get asked a lot if I plan on skipping doses, pushing doses back. The answer is no. My plan is to continue to take my 5 milligram dose every single week, and that's it. So if I were to continue to lose weight, and let's say it got to where it was an unhealthy level, then obviously I would make modifications, talk with my doctor about potentially going down in the dose, but I don't plan on stretching anything out. So just wanted to let you guys know. And eating small portions 3 times a day sounds good. Hey Jen, how you doing? Let's see. Thanks, Mel. Patrice is so encouraged. We will all keep her focused. Absolutely. And there's a plethora of creators out there. So you're bound to find somebody that you gravitate towards. And we have, or a multiple, many people. We have more hellos. We have more congratulations for Patrice. I know, right? Isn't it like, we have someone new coming in? It feels good. I'm excited for you to experience, I know that there are no miracles, but I do consider this a miraculous drug. But we have to do the work too. So it doesn't do everything on its own. But if you struggled with, you know, food noise or things like that, overeating, constantly thinking about food, maybe your hunger cues weren't really dialed in, this will definitely help you. Or hopefully, hopefully it'll help you. All right, we have some more hellos. And let's see, Nia, strength training 3 times a week, high intensity interval training, and our toning conditioning 4 times a week. That's good. That's a nice combination. So when we all, take a trip somewhere this summer, we'll be, flexing on them. I'm just kidding. How you doing, Tia? It's okay to be late. We all have lives. And there's always a replay, so it's all good. I'm glad you're here. And you're editing your update. Oh, good. So we're going to hear about did you get your recent DEXA scan? You don't have to tell too much because I know you want to save it for the update. But is this that video? Chrissy, I just had my first doctor appointment after starting 3 months ago. She said I'm doing good, losing weight, and that I lost more than 5% of my body weight. So that's good, but I should exercise more. That's okay. You just haven't yet. So it's all right. And when you ease into it, make sure you're listening to your body. You don't need to overexert yourself or, feel like you've got to be. The goal is not to be like sore or hurting yourself. Like you're going to have some soreness, especially with strength training or even cardio. Like if you're taking a Zumba class, for example, if you haven't been doing anything, there's going to be an adjustment period. So just make sure you listen to your body. Don't be hard on yourself. And we're in that crawling stage, right? We're crawling before we walk. And congratulations on losing more than 5% of your body weight. That's incredible. And then we have some more highs. Beware of consuming my carbs. So are you someone who carbs affects you in a negative way? And the reason I ask that is not to be funny or anything. I feel like there are a lot of things that are out there that there are people who have medical reasons for doing things. And then there are other people who are doing things just because they see other people doing it, or it's, you know, for example, I know that the ketogenic diet is beneficial. Hold on. What group was it? Well, of course, I didn't prepare to talk about that, so I don't have that in the forefront of my mind. But there was a reason people were doing that, and then that ended up being a side effect, losing weight. And I'm not anti-keto. I will not personally do that, but if you're someone who you're going to do it just to lose weight and then incorporate carbs again, I don't recommend it. Because from what I saw from friends who have done that in the past, they lost the weight, but then when they went back to eating carbs, they gained it all back. So if it's something that's going to be a lifestyle change and you feel good doing it, go for it. Go for it. Um, yeah, some more hellos. Chrissy, I lost 12.4 pounds in 13 weeks, which seems very little to me. Can anyone relate? So, of course, I'm going to ask you, when people say only or just, before you started on the medication, was that something that you could do easily, or I don't want to say easily, was that something that was common for you in that amount of time? Because 12.4 pounds in 13 weeks, that's good. I know it's not like, oh, some people, I lost 5 pounds or I lost 10 pounds in a week and all these things. Slow and steady is definitely better because I bet there's a great chance that you haven't lost a bunch of muscle. So think about that. I lost weight fast in the beginning, but it was a lot of muscle, 14 pounds of muscle. So slow and steady is definitely the way to go. And if I could go back and do it over, I would have started off tracking what I was eating because I was anti count calories as well. I would have focused on protein. I feel like everything else I did was pretty good, but it's not only. And I understand, when we hear so many stories of people losing these great amounts in a small amount of time, it can get you to feel a certain kind of way, but that is comparing your journey to that of others. And then we have some more hellos. Um, 2.0 mommy, that's awesome, Chrissy. But yeah, a pound per week. And that is great. I hope you don't mind me saying this, but your body, oh, it's so beautiful. I wish I was there. You really inspire me. You know what? You're going to get here and better. You know what I mean? And that means a lot. Like when I write that in the comments and stuff, I really do mean that. And I know I look really goofy when I'm on my phone and I'm answering you guys because it's just a really good feeling. Um, and I think that it's very easy to look at someone else, and I've been guilty of it at times, and I try to rein it in, seeing where someone else is and kind of wishing I was like that. So to hear someone say something like that about me, it's just it's it's heartwarming, and thank you. Let's see. Thank you, Jill. We got that's great, Chrissy. Right? Way to go, 5% in 90 days. That's incredible. Chrissy, thank you, Taisha. You're welcome. And we have congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, shucks, Alonda jumped in. How you doing, Alonda? Alonda's is another busy, busy woman. Have you guys been checking out her Vlogmas? She's doing that in her stories. And the one from today, Alonda and her Megan niece. And if you guys don't know who Megan is, it's Meg the Stallion. And there's like a phrase like Megan knees, Meg knees. Alonda has those. The way she popped up and down, I don't even think I could do that. So go ahead, Alonda. Let's see. Congratulations. Probably met Chrissy. Um, Tia said, I did get the DEXA, but that video won't be until tomorrow. Ah, this is to catch up. Okay, so you're giving us two this week. Yeah, that'll work. Um, so make sure you guys check that out. Heal Thy Spirit podcast. And then we have more congratulations. Elaine. Ah, that's what it was. Epilepsy. Yes, thank you. My son was put on keto for epilepsy. So many discoveries with different programs. Absolutely. Like, and I couldn't, that wasn't going to come to me tonight. There was a reason for it, right? And I feel like it became, as a lot of things do, a trend. So people see someone having results and it seems pretty quick. And I was guilty of it. I was guilty of it. I did the low carb. I've tried keto before. And when I was doing keto, it wasn't even in a healthy way, guys. I was eating, you know, bacon with a whole bunch of cheese on it. Like, I just use that as an excuse to while out on fatty foods. And when I switched over or switched back to eating carbs, it was ridiculous. It was like, I don't know. I can't say it was like drugs because I've never done any type of drug where I guess it would have that effect on you. And just, it's like I couldn't get enough. So, you know, how did that help him? Did that diet help your son? Ah, there we go again. Look at I'm going too slow. That's just what this means. Keto was originally developed for epilepsy. Yep, that's exactly. The epilepsy wasn't coming to me, but I knew it was a medical condition. Um, And we have some more thank yous and your welcomes. Okay. Oh yeah, and I just asked her that. Yeah, did it help your son? Chrissy, you were right, Taisha. I couldn't lose that before Zep bound. I don't want to rush. I just fall into the trap of comparing myself to others. That's a I want to say it's a natural human thing, and it's something that even though I tell you guys, I I work when I say things to you guys, I'm also like reinforcing it in my mind. And I have a tendency, not necessarily this time with the weight loss, but just in other things in life to compare, you know, my journey to others. Like when I first started on YouTube, it's very easy to look at someone else and wonder why you're not getting, the interaction. And it's like, you know what? I can't worry about that. All I can do is share my journey and try to put out information that's helpful for people, encouraging, inspiring, and however the views and everything fall, that's just how they fall. So, um, I know that's not really related to this, but it just goes to show that we should never do that in any aspect of life, but we do because I think it's a human thing. So I understand. I understand. And we're works in progress, right? There's always something that we can work on. And then we got Elaine. Let's see, Chrissy, remember, yes, comparison is a thief of joy. You are walking this in your own way. And you got this. You got this. You're making progress. And trust me, slow and steady is way better than how my journey started, for sure. And then we have Kim. Hi, Mel. I'm not anti keto either, but I need my complex carbs for energy and strength exercises. And I like the way whole grains accentuate my meals. I do understand though that some diabetic folks need keto. Yeah, and I was when I done a video, I don't know if it was a month or so ago, when I asked, for people to put that in the comments because I really wanted to know. I learned, and yeah, I know I can Google things, but I like getting experiences from other people because there's all kinds of information out there. And depending on which way you want it to lean, you'll find that stuff, right? Um, I'm a complex carbs girl myself. I don't have diabetes or any. My body doesn't have any problems processing it or anything like that. So I'm with you, Mel. I'm the same as far as I got to get my complex carbs in. So let's see. We have more thank yous. Hey, Jazzy, how you doing? Let's see. 2.0 mommy, it slowed it, but he did have to have brain surgery. Ah, hopefully he's doing well now. Um, that's got to be pretty tough. And then we got Nia laughing, but let's see. Kim J, please show Taisha some love by clicking the like button if you hadn't had a chance. Well, thank you, Kim. Yeah, yeah. Likes are always welcome. Alonda, good. I'm about to go eat with the 2020 moms. Hey, you go have fun. Can't wait to hear all about it in your next update, if you planned on sharing that. Let's see. Sorry to hear that. Hope that helped. Yeah. Hello, Leo, Miss Leo. Let's see, Jen, Chrissy, you might need more movement. I always say walking changed the game for me, just walking outside. Yeah, I think that, Jen, people really underestimate the power of walking. Um, and I do know, like, even though I haven't jumped back into that groove yet, when I was walking outside in the summertime and going for those walks before I overcomplicated it, it was wonderful. It was just this great feeling. And I didn't walk to lose weight. I was joining a friend and then I just started enjoying it, right? And weight just started dropping off again. So that plus the strength training, I think, is a perfect combination. But if all you can do is walk, that's great too. Great full body, good for your heart, your cardiovascular system. Um, and once upon a time, that's what we all did, right? Walked everywhere. Let's see, and we got some more haze. Chrissy, that's awesome, and it will add up over time. My loss has been slow and steady, 52 pounds over time. I'm rooting for you, Chrissy. Hang in there. That's right. That's right. And downsizing diva, I, I don't know if is 52 pounds slow. Like, I think that's great. That's great. And all you guys realize we all started this, many of us, this year. So the year's not even up yet. And think about where you were. Go back, and if you have any pictures in your phone, go ahead and look at a photo from January or look at a photo from this time last year and tell me you don't see a difference. You guys should celebrate whether it's 5 pounds, 10 pounds. It's less weight, less pressure on our knees, or our joints. Chrissy. I figured it auto corrected her name. And then we have more hellos. And see, Jasmine. My coworkers are noticing my weight loss today. One said it's all in the neck. Yes, right? I look at some older videos. Oh, the ladybug is still here, and I don't kill bugs, so I'm all right. It's gone, guys. Yes, that I didn't really see it because again, when I look in the mirror, it's like I see the same thing. But like seeing older videos, my face was a little fuller, and we were kind of full right here, and I definitely wasn't seeing any collarbone action. So it's this gradual process, and I think maybe if you guys take a picture of yourself just for you every month and just look at it. And then you do, when you have a certain, let's say 6 months, put them next to each other. And I guarantee you'll see a difference. And I don't mean take a picture wearing, a sweatshirt, sweatpants, and all this. Like, if you're comfortable, undergarments, sports bra, panties, something. Um, if you're a guy, maybe boxers or something like that. Just take a picture. Take a picture. Stand in a mirror. Take a picture of yourself, and you'll see those changes. It's so hard when you're looking in the mirror every day. And let's see. And that's nice that your coworkers are noticing, especially when people mention it. Like it's kind of a good feeling, when we're unsure and then someone else kind of reinforces like, "Hey, I noticed you're losing weight." I'm that kind of person. I do that for people that I know. Um, so far I haven't had anyone that was like anti-compliment because I know there are people that get really bent out of shape if their weight is mentioned, and they have their own reasons for that. But I typically tend to know the people that I comment on when I say that, and they usually have a smile because we want to know, it's in our nature to want to know that we're doing a good job. Let's see. And let's see, it's been keeping you company all this time. Yes, yes, I brushed it off the desk, but I'm sure it'll be back up here. Gosh darn ladybugs. Jasmine Moore, so motivating. And then we have Downsizing Diva. Hey Mel. So we are getting close to 7:45. So what I wanted to tell you guys is small sustainable steps. And I cannot stress it enough. It is so important to start off with these small things because that makes it more doable, right? If you've got to walk a mile, then you just take it one step at a time. And if you look at it that way, it's not as daunting as, oh my God, I've got to walk a mile. Do you know what I mean? You just one step at a time, you know, 5 minutes. Maybe you go up and down a flight of steps a few times, it's something. It's something. And don't underestimate the value, the power of small steps. Let's see. Jasmine said, I saw myself in the self checkout camera and literally didn't notice myself. I know. Those don't seem to be those the self checkout ones. I don't feel like I look bigger in those, and I found myself, like, oh, okay, all right, this is good. Um, so does anyone have any questions or anything that maybe that you've been struggling with that the chat can help out with. See, Kim J. I'm working on a few small goals the remainder of this month. More water, 90 ounces, consistent caloric intake, average of 1400, getting back to at least 8,000 steps 5 days a week, and strength training 3 to 5 days a week. What's great is this is like specific. You've got it, this is not just I'm just going to drink some more water and do some more movement. I like that you're very specific in what you're going to do. And that way you can quantify it, right? Okay, well, my goal is 90 ounces. I got 70 ounces. You know, okay, well, I can try again tomorrow instead of just, I'm going to drink more water, because that can mean anything. So I think that's really good. Um, 8,000 steps a day, 5 days a week, and strength training. I like that. I like that. That's great, Kim. And let's see, Downsizing Diva. Welcome, Patrice. You are in great hands with the GLP-1 community. We are here to support you. Yes, so many supportive uh, people in this community, from people who are not creating content and people who are. So I love it personally. And I think that that has helped me be successful. I look forward to showing up every week and sharing with you guys and learning from you. So I know it's definitely been, it's helped me not give up. Like, I don't think I was going to give up this time, but I probably never thought I was going to give up before, all the times that I did. And so I like that. Let's see. Do you crave sweets? Maybe, I'm thinking you're probably meaning when I get towards time for another injection. I don't, but the peanut butter powder that I use, it does have cane sugar in it. And so that plus the blueberries kind of satisfies my sweet, any kind of sweet tooth. I have that every day. I make the banana pancakes. Sometimes I make it into waffles. I may switch up on you guys and do some banana waffles, but that I add a little bit of, or a tablespoon of maple syrup to. So that plus ripe bananas is plenty sweet. As a matter of fact, when I made my pancakes earlier today, because of how ripe the banana was, adding a tablespoon of maple syrup to the batter to me was a little too sweet for my liking. So I feel like my taste has changed a bit, and I haven't necessarily craved anything like cookie dough, ice cream, those types of things. It's usually satisfied with, having the peanut butter and blueberries. So maybe if I didn't go, maybe if I didn't eat it for a few days, I probably would want it. You know what I mean? It's hard to say, but I haven't had any like obsessive thoughts about, needing to eat. Like, there's ice cream and things in there. My husband a few months ago had picked up some wicked cookie dough ice cream, and I didn't eat it because I'm afraid. I'm afraid to eat something like that and then trigger, you know, the obsessive thoughts and overeating and things like that. So I think for me, I'm still at a point of not adding certain things back in. And I don't plan to be, super crazy, never have any kind of snack or dessert. I just choose to make it. I prefer to make my own. So at least I know it doesn't have all these extra ingredients that are designed to make me crave it even more. Because you know that a lot of the ultra processed foods and things like that have ingredients, and the whole goal of it is to make you want to eat more. So let's see. And then we have, I need to get back to the basics, more walking, more consistency with tracking calories. My weight loss has stalled. And you know how I feel about stalls, right, Jill? I feel like we can, especially if you know that you're eating the way that you've been eating and you're incorporating movement, there are times where the scale is just not going to move, but things are happening. So just trust that you're doing the right thing, and that is why I'm big on tracking things. So if you know, okay, For example, on average, I eat 1,800 calories, right? And I strength train. So if I got to where I just started gaining weight without changing any of that stuff, it would be easier for me to pinpoint it, right? Or if I started eating more, like, more calories, and I know, okay, everything I was doing this up until this point, I changed this thing, and now this is happening. So if you're keeping track of everything, it makes it a lot easier to see what you need to modify. For example, with Elaine, realizing that she wasn't eating enough. So instead of feeling like, okay, I got to go up on my dose because my weight's not moving, she is now tracking calories and being aware of what she's putting in her body. So when we track things, it's not diet culture or being super restrictive. It's just being aware of what you're putting in your body and what you're doing. So I think you got it covered. And in a couple of weeks, 2.0 mommy, your weight, that little whatever stall, it'll come down and you'll be like, "Oh, okay. I had this. Wow, it's over here now, guys." Let's see. What do you all do when you have cravings mainly towards the end of 7 days? So yeah, guys, if you guys can help Chrissy out with that, because that's not something that I've struggled with yet. I mean, I know it's possible. I just haven't yet. Nadia, the GLP-1 is the best community. You're all my virtual friends. I know, right? Let's see. We got Diana. Hey ladies, I'm another one who get caught up comparing my journey with other people. So what I'm going to do is take a break from YouTube for a while and lock in and get the last 25 pounds off. That's a good idea. Sometimes you just have to disconnect, and there's nothing wrong with that. There are times where I've taken breaks, and deleted social media accounts just because of, just needing to take a break from it. So, um, hopefully you come back and let us know once you get that weight off. And I'm rooting for you. Patrice, thank you for all the support. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what we're all here for. See, downsize and diva, more water, 64 ounces now. My goal is 80. Okay. Okay. Strength training with weights 3 times per week to start. I think that's reasonable. That's reasonable. And I feel like you've got this. And I think waiting and then, doing it when you feel like you're ready is better in the long run. Diana, I'll be in the background cheering you ladies on. Love y'all. Yay. Hey, we're going to be cheering you on too. And I know that you're going to get it. And I think that it's so important that you recognize this is what I need to do for me, and you're doing it. So we'll be here. 2.0 mommy. Good for you, Diana. You've got to do what's best for you. Absolutely. I did a similar thing when I unfollowed a bunch of home decor accounts on Instagram. It was making me feel bad over the house I have. Uh, we're not going to talk about content creators that do home improvements, because I've started many different projects. One you can see probably behind me, where I started painting but didn't finish. And yeah, so I don't need to look at those people any either. I think my husband was glad when I stopped watching all of those creators on YouTube, because they really had me believing that I could do, stuff that people get trained for. Oh no, Diana, I don't want to see you go, but I do understand. Absolutely. Yeah. She'll be back. She'll be back when she gets to where she needs to be. See, Kim J, suggestions, please. I just bought Premier protein powder yesterday, but I never mixed it well, with warm water and Fairlife milk. I was trying to save instead of buying the ready-made Premier shakes. So any of you that are taking that, help Kim out, because I've never had that. So and anytime, I'm not a big protein shake girl. I'm not anti-protein shake. I just hadn't found any that I like the taste of. And then it's probably even more difficult finding a good vegan one. At least that had been my experience in the past. So here we go, 2.0 mommy. Kim, it mixes better with cold liquids. Also mix 1 scoop at a time. But it will always have little clumps. I buy the powder too because it's cheaper. Hey, did you guys try putting it in a blender? Like, is that something that would make sense? Like putting it in a blender if you have one? Would that help? Uh, let's see, Tia. I exercise a lot, but often when I stall and take a couple of rest days, the weight falls off. For Jill. Okay. Let's see, Kelly. Hi, all. Sorry to be joining late. No problem. You can always catch the replay. We're happy to have you. Then we have some hellos. And see, there's Jen. Yeah, can you buy a hand mixer? I've had the same Vitamix for, let's say, maybe 7 years now. And uh, that's what I use to make my pancake batter. I don't really mix anything by hand. And I have a mixer. It's just I tend to throw a lot of things in the blender. But a hand mixer is definitely a great option. Kim J. Thanks 2.0 Mommy. And then we have, I think with me it's because I've been pretty sedentary outside of my workouts and probably eating too much too. It's really kind of easy to do this time of year. I think part of it's a little bit natural, right? It's getting colder outside. I think the animals do it. They're stocking up. Like I saw a little chubby squirrel outside today and I'm like, oh, you're ready for the wintertime. Tia says, I don't get cravings, but I track my calories over the weekend. So I don't stress about not eating a lot early in the week because I know I will be hungrier at the end. So is that something that everybody seems to have? Do you all experience when it gets closer to your next injection, feeling like super hungry or because it's natural to feel some hunger, we're supposed to, but where it's like out of control, does that happen for a lot of you? I've not tried a blender, but that would probably work better than just a fork, which is what I use. Or even a whisk, right? You could use a whisk. Nadia, or the frothy thing. What's that like is that like an immersion blender? Is that what you mean? Let's see, perfectly Pamela. I find that my protein powders mix best with the submersion. Ah, okay. I called it the wrong thing. I said immersion. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Oh, okay. Those handheld immersion blenders are effective. Amazon has them for about $20 to $30. Room temperature water liquid. I use it for my vital proteins and collagen peptides. Okay. So look, you've got lots of different things that you can try. Nadia's laughing. Kim, I tried stirring it for a while, then tried adding more liquid, then used a bottle shaker that has the bowl in it, then a blender. Oh, still no luck. Okay. So, hmm. With the options that everyone has given, maybe try. So let's see, you've already tried a blender. Is that normal for that stuff? Like I've never had that. Let's see. Shake. Okay, my bad. I skipped it. Shake or mix the powder first, then add water or milk. So try that, Kim. Try that and see if that helps you. 2.0 Mommy, I never felt any different towards the end of the week. Yeah, I haven't had that yet either. So, um, but I know it's something to look out for because if a lot of people are experiencing it, there's a chance that I could eventually experience that. So, um, just hang in there. You're gonna feel like that, and especially okay. So if let's say on day 6 you feel like that, tell yourself, or this is what I think I would do, right? If I started feeling like that, I'd be like, okay, I can get through this. I know my shot is tomorrow. Like, I don't, I'm not really hungry. This is just my mind messing with me. Maybe drink some water. I know that sounds so silly because it's like, well, if I'm hungry, I want to eat. But try drinking some water, doing something a little bit different. Maybe getting like cucumbers, slicing them up and eating those. So those are things that you could kind of be mindless with eating and not have to worry about, it causing too much havoc on you. Let's see. Tia says, I use a BlendJet to mix mine. I just got a new blender because it does better with ice. 0 clumps. I wouldn't drink it if there were. Yeah, that doesn't sound like it'd be very good to have chunks in something. Oh, goodness. Some clumps are inevitable. So do you have clumps in yours? My goodness. Okay. Um, well, guys, we're getting close to 8 o'clock and I don't want to hold you. So I'm going to get a couple of more of these comments and then I will wrap it up. Let's see. Blending with room temperature liquids really helps a lot. So maybe don't do the cold. Maybe try with room temperature and see how that goes. Try it these different ways. Something is bound to work. And Mel, I'm assuming you take these things, right? So it's something that works for you. KM says a NutriBullet would work too. And then Kim J, I'll try the cold liquid 1 scoop at a time. Hey, I may need to put that immersion blender on Santa's list. Hey. And you're going to get some good deals right now because it's around the holidays. Oh, all right. Good to know, Tia. And then I don't mind a little clump, not a mouthful. Yeah, that doesn't sound like it would be really good. So I'm going to give you guys a challenge. Your challenge for this week, pick one small habit, start it tomorrow, and then track it every single day for the next 7 days. Just one thing. I know we want to do all the things, but one new habit and track it for the next 7 days. And then I want you guys to come back because I'm going to check in with you on Sunday and ask how it went. I want you guys to post what you decided to work on and how it went for you. So do a quick recap. Tonight we learned how to start small, stack habits, and stay flexible. Remember, consistency beats perfection every single time. So I want you guys, if you have time, get interactive in the community tab because a lot of those posts go along with the lives from Monday. So, and that's only if you're comfortable. Obviously, if you're not, it's totally fine. Write the things down for yourself, though. And then we'll be back here again next Monday at 7. So let's see. Have a good. Did I miss anybody? There we go. Thank you, Nia. Thank you. And I appreciate you guys again taking time out of your day and spending it with me. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and go. Bye.